Hey guys, welcome back to me being cheap. So I'm out here in the back garden and I wanted to show you, I have, if you count the T-posts, 1, 2, 3 butternut squash plants, and I just want to show you how wild these things have grown. So all these vines through here, it's all butternut, and as you can see, they're still putting on new ones, but look at that. I mean, everywhere you look, there's a butternut. They're everywhere. And of course, we're letting them ripen so that we can pick them. Don't want to pick them too early. But there's a bunch of them out here. Just tons of them. If you look back here, I mean, there's some in there. A new one there. I've got some here that are starting to age to where we could pick them. There's tons of them back in there. All this from 3 all the way over here. There's some there. Even all the way over there. New little one there. Got 2 on the post here. It's just an outrageous amount. Anyhow, for those of you who have not tried the red okra, or I guess they call it an orange okra, this stuff grows crazy. It's been a while. Not a while. It's actually only been a couple days since I've picked. This stuff is crazy big. So I've got to cut okra. Anyway, I thought I would just show you all these butternut squash off of 3 plants. I'm impressed. Okay, thanks for watching. Hey, welcome back to me being cheap. I thought I would do a update on the garden, the low maintenance garden. And today is August 26th. So we are in supposedly the dog days of summer, but you know what? It actually has not been that bad this year. So if you are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. My channel started out as a get out of debt channel. I've done that, so now we're working on just continuing to save money, and this year's focus has been a lot on homesteading type things and gardening and canning and that sort of thing. So wanted to talk to you guys, give you an update on some of the products we use, and tell you how much that we continue to enjoy them. So first of all, this is the woven ground cover cloth that we bought from Grower Solutions. And boy, as soon as I start filming a video, the wind really picks up, but that's Kansas for you. So we bought this from Grower Solution, and I tell you what is really nice is, you know, I come out here in the afternoon, and I did pick the garden yesterday with the exception of the beans, and as you can see, there's quite a few beans in here that need to be picked. You don't have to weed. So I think that's one of the #1 things why people kind of move away from the gardening after a while. They just let it go because they can't keep up with the weeds. So this is well worth the money. I'm going to show my neighbor's garden. She's really nice, but she's got weeds, and you know, like a lot of us, she just can't get out there and take care of it. So we'll look over there. Hers is pretty weedy. Anyhow, yeah, so I highly recommend the woven ground cover. It's been a lifesaver. So basically, I get off the clock at 5. I come outside. I feed the animals, make sure they've got water, and then I come out here. And if it needs picked, I pick it, and that's all I've got to do now is pick, because it's all taken care of. The irrigation system, we have that plumbed in, so I can actually hook up the hose here, or if I come over here, I have another hose end here for the garden in the back, and you just saw that clip that has the butternut squash that have gone bananas back there. So that makes the watering easy. You just have to remember to turn it off. We have left it on accidentally. So yes, that's the woven ground cover and the irrigation system from Grower Solutions. That's been a great investment. It's saved a lot of time, fairly efficient use of the water. The next thing I want to show you is this trellis material. You can see these cucumbers are finally starting to die back. But this trellis material, this came from Haas Tools, and we've got the cucumbers on it. We've got the Christmas peas. These things are actually going crazy right now. Honestly, this should have been probably a 10-foot tall trellis. I don't know how we would have done it because these T-posts are not that tall. But it's very thick in there, and it's doubled over on itself. And boy, that wind is fierce. But yeah, that is on the trellis too. And as you can see, that material is actually holding up quite well underneath the weight of the Christmas peas. And these actually have not started coming on yet. There's a few pods, but they're not filled out yet. So this will be something later. And they've really just gone bananas. They're over there on the neighbor's fence. She says that's fine though. So yeah, we've got that on there. We've got the cucumbers, and see, you can see there's a couple cucumbers on here, but they're starting to get, you know, kind of end of the year not so great. Like this one, all yellow. It didn't get very big, but there's one here and one little tiny one here, and so forth. So some more down there. But yeah, still getting cucumbers. Kind of getting tired of those, running out of things to do. We've got some sweet peppers, like bell peppers. We got those going. I got one over there that's turning red. That's in the process of turning red. And these are our tomatoes. And the determinate varieties I actually tied up with the twine. And they really pulled them down. Pretty heavy. They've kind of folded over on themselves. We got a little bit dying. We did get quite a few. There's still more in there, still more to go. But these are the determinate varieties. And then over here on the indeterminate, we have not had very many of those, and that's actually what we have up here on the netting from Haas Tool. You know, those tend to come on all year, but they really, I mean, there's a few green ones on here, but they really have not just started putting on like crazy. So we did try these, but honestly, my favorite, I have always planted the Roma, and that is what I have had the best luck with. See, there's a few on here like that, but they're not loaded down. Not loaded down near like the Roma and the Amish paste and the San Marzanos got. So that's it for the tomatoes. I mean, like you can look in here. These are, I think these are Amish paste. They're a little bit bigger than the Roma, so I mean they're a decent size. They're not quite ready to pick, but they're doing fine. They're doing fine. Planted eggplant. I have actually never eaten eggplant, and we picked some the other day with the intentions of cooking them, and then we didn't get around to it. So I think we're going to have eggplant tonight. And of course, these are not very big, and they have not grown any in quite some time. So we got two little bitty ones here, a slightly bigger one here, and then we had the white ones. And I think this one's probably already gone bad because it is now a lovely shade of yellow, which that was supposed to be white. And for those of you that order from Baker Creek, these are the Brad's Atomic Grape tomatoes. And we've had several pickings off of these. They've done pretty good. Looks like I've got a few more. This is what they look like when they're ripe. I hope my camera's picking that up. But all sorts of funny colors, mostly green and orange and yellow and purple. I got a few more to pick. But those are kind of neat. They're kind of neat. They're a little novelty. They're small. They're considered a grape tomato. So, yeah, this is an update on the garden. And for those of you who work full-time and that don't have the desire to do a whole lot of weeding and that sort of thing, I highly recommend this woven ground cover cloth. And this is not a paid endorsement, but from Grower Solution, along with the irrigation system. We did have the high tunnels up earlier, or not high tunnels, but the low tunnels, the row covers. That's what all this PVC is. I've already pulled out, let's see, I think this is where we had some greens growing. Or maybe that was over here. I already pulled that out. I've planted beans. The beans, they are starting to die out. These were the dragon tongue, and they didn't do too well initially, and then they came back and really were a strong contender. I mean, they did a great job. I'm going to see if I can find one. They're kind of a neat looking bean. They're a yellow bean. They're wide, and they've got like purple markings on them. Let's see if I can find one. They're kind of neat looking. I think I would definitely plant these again. They've got a good taste to them too. Now, I did not get enough at any one time to can them, so I don't know how they hold up. But that's what they look like. And as you can see, I mean, there's a few more over there and some smaller ones over there. Things are just starting to die out. Wax beans, as you can see, I'm probably going to pick these tomorrow, and we'll have these for dinner tomorrow. I got the boys tomorrow night. But several varieties of wax beans. These purple whole peas, seems like I've had several rounds of these. I was almost to the point where I was going to pull them up, but they've actually started producing again. And this other stuff that's going wild is another row of these Christmas peas that we need to get trellised up. And as far as other things, I'll come back over here. We've got several varieties of green beans. And these plants are tiny, but they do put on beans. They're not very tall plants at all, but you know, we've got several. It's like something's eating them. That's the thing, if you don't get out here and pick these every day, they get eaten. But, I mean, they are putting on beans, so that's good. And then over here, this is an interesting variety. It's called Red Swan. And they've actually been pretty prolific as well. They're pretty. They're pretty to look at. I'll pick this one off and show it to you. So it's a nice bean. You eat it whole, cook it just like a green bean. The only thing is that when you cook it, it turns green. And in fact, if you pick it and don't cook it right away or freeze it right away, it'll start turning green too. So it doesn't keep that color very long, but as you can see, I mean, they produce pretty good. And the nice thing about these is they're easy to see when you're picking them. Kind of like the purple whole peas. Got another variety of purple whole pea over here. And it's not a bush variety. It's some kind of vine variety. And it is going wild. And I cannot remember which company I got these from, but the next time I plant these, if I can figure it out, as you can see, they're all up on the fence. They really need, it's a pole variety. They really need to be up on a trellis or a pole. I guess one other update. This is where we had carrots growing originally, and we didn't get really anything, and so we amended the soil, added a lot of perlite, added some nutrients, and loosened up the soil and tried again, and got nothing. So I don't know what it is about carrots, but we did not have any success. All right. Thanks for watching. Thought I'd check in. It had been a while since I'd done a garden update. All right. Have a good one.